Well, Terry, wow. Drink beer. You know what? I can't drink beer because I have celiac disease, so I got to do all the gluten-free stuff. I never got into space or, s- science fiction. I was never into that. I was into documentaries and autobiographies and, real stories, what people did. And you know what was really hard is as I got older, I realized a lot of my athlete heroes were flawed, like me, and like Davy, and like Admiral Kirk. They're flawed people, you see? And when you find out they're flawed, you got to feel sorry for them. It's a sad place. So I do have hope, but you got to remember there's only so many people that want to be successful, you know? Actually, I am invested into Bitcoin and gold with ETF through a legitimate bank. Yeah. And I'm going for the roll, see what happens. Just a little bit of it, just a little bit of it. Otherwise, I'm conservative. You know, I still have a career. I still I still have things going on. As I mentioned, YouTube is a business for me, and I like guys like Davey. Davey helps my algorithm, but I keep thinking they could get more subscribers, but they don't. They're working for somebody, which are called troll farms. These guys are just sheep, and they can't help me. Okay. I appreciate the hearts, the thumbs up. It all helps, you know? Okay, Craig, let's see here. Exactly. I'm doing another 3 years. I'm doing a transition of what they call a Roth conversion. I just sent out my email to my tax advisor for year 2. Compound, just compound. I'll never spend it. It's all going to go to my grandkids and my foundation. Witness one event in history. I definitely look at Vietnam and Kissinger and the 5 presidents that put us into the Vietnam War. It was fucking terrible. And that's the reason why I'm so involved with Vietnam is because in 1973, when I graduated high school, they discontinued the draft in January of 1973. I graduated in May of 73. And I didn't have to go to Vietnam like various neighborhood kids did. My brother did. People were killed. And I just think it was a disaster. Carrie, right? Drafted. Drafted, bad news, man. What, Army, Marines? Did the Navy? No, the Navy, Air Force, did they draft too? Was it always Army? I don't even know. Once you got drafted, you could pick the service? I'm not sure. Wow. Army. Tough way to go, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. I watched I just watched this documentary about the photographers on both sides. Vietnamese photographers and U.S. photographers met 50 years later, and they compared photos, and I cried, man. It was just so sad. Just so sad. You wouldn't believe the women and the children that fought for the North Vietnamese. Unbelievable. Yeah. I know, Terry, there was a choice, though. I think there was a choice. Why did they refuse? Terry, are you male or female? With an I would think female. Was it your physical? It's at the library. I think it's titled Vietnam from Behind or something like that, behind the lines, because it was all about the Vietnamese photographers that lived. And this guy from Time magazine got hurt. And you know what? These guys were only like 21. Unbelievable. And what they had to go through and what they saw. Okay, Terry. No. Metal jacket, Terry, is no. I don't need riddles. You guys, come on. Craig, oh my God. I'm coming up to an hour, and I look at myself, I go, oh, okay, I got an hour, I got a few watchers, it all helps. God bless America, yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting the next couple of weeks, man, what Trump does. I mean, but for what we need to do, what do I always say? Make sure you take care of yourself and your family first. Don't worry about the country. You got to worry about yourself. And the only way you're going to be good for somebody else if you're healthy. Terry, if you're healthy, you got 4 kids, you got to take care of yourself because your kids aren't going to take care of you. My kids aren't going to take care of me. And I'm not going to take care of my kids. I'm not a savior. I remember my father when my mother passed away. He was so distraught. He was in denial as if it was his fault. He thought my mother was going to outlive him. Didn't happen. And he's still living 5 years later, and he's doing pretty good. That means he realizes he's got a purpose in life. God's got him here for a certain reason. Maybe to keep his 11 kids together. We're all kind of weird. I'm good. Yeah, you mentioned you got boys or girls, Terry, male or female. And how old are they? Are they still at home? Terry, I hope the one at home's not a troll. Promise me. Living at home. I hope it's a girl that she could watch you. You know what I mean? Boys, I don't know how good they are. I could never be a caregiver. My brother's a caregiver. My sisters are awesome. How many people know that I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota? Come on. I reside in Florida now. Craig, you're holding on, huh? Oh, my God. Oh, Missouri. Okay. I hope you're not a St. Louis Cardinal fan or a Chiefs fan. 3 boys. Okay. Terry, how come you're on YouTube? What are you trying to learn? Yeah, you mentioned one at home. Craig, I was thinking about you being my monitor, but you know what? I could take care of myself. You know that. I'm just going to bypass some of these trolls. But I like trolls. You know what I mean? It's like, look at you, look at me. Who would you rather be? That's kind of an insider joke between my brothers and I. We go, look at you, look at me. Who would you rather be? I don't know who Sid is. Nah, I'm not really in politics. I'm interested in economics. One child. Okay, cool. Craig gets me, man. Craig gets me. Well, it's okay. Didn't leave. It was it's life. They move on. And that's a good thing when they leave the household. You know what I mean? Then they grow up and then they come back and say, Mom, what did I do wrong? Or whatever. Yeah, diploma. Hey, Drew, economics. I started this by saying, hey, you guys want to be millionaires? Be a millionaire the easy way. Get the book, Millionaire Next Door, 1996. And it still stands today. All my kids, all my friends that read the book, stayed the course, lived that roadmap, are all millionaires today. It's a lot of kids. I don't know about that, Drew. The concepts are there. Bottom line is work hard and save and live amongst your means, Don't overspend. You're married, you got a spouse that's expecting you to be a millionaire before you get married or after you get married. Be careful. I went through that. Craig, I know, man. I know. I think you're the last one standing. We're over 60 minutes now. I'll be back tomorrow with some other topic, and let's see what happens. You know why? It helps the algorithm. That's all I'm trying to do, And then we'll get on course. But one of these days we're going to break, especially with people out of work right now in this fourth quarter. It's going to be nasty, man. And people get really depressed after they lose their job after 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? The book is called Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley, written in 1996. You know who reminded me of that book? My son. He says, Dad, you remember that book, 1990? I said, yeah, of course. He goes, you gave it to me and Dan, my son, my other son. He goes, we lived that. And they were in high school. I started teaching my kids finance, checkbooks and everything else. You know why? My parents never really taught us until I started working. That's when my dad started really showing me how to invest. Because I had a job. And I didn't have any kids at the time. He said, oh, you should invest in this. And he would say, here's the tip. You know, today they call them tips, a stock tip. And you just let it ride, man, for years, decades. And you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. But you got to start somewhere, even if it's tiny. Even if it's tiny. That's beautiful, Terry. That's where you want to take a picture and digitize it and save it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with crying and telling your kids you hug them and you love them. And, you know, I'm very sentimental, very sentimental. I cry and I miss my kids. You know, I'm ready to cry now when they were young, you know. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, everybody. Thank you. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll come up with another way of communicating. It'd probably have to be from my home because the Wi-Fi is better. And I got to learn how to do other things. So once again, thank you for everybody. I'll be back. And with any questions I can help you with. And don't forget, the whole series is about picking the right horse. And picking the right horse is, bottom line, just do the right thing. Because the consequence could be bad. And regret is even worse. So just try to be hopeful and thank God you're still alive. You know what I mean? Okay, guys? All right. Love everybody. Thank you very much.